FFTV on the pole. On the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurl. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
Ready. Let's see here. So, we got this running here. Looks like and good. We're getting ready for heat number 1 here tonight. They come here off turn number 4. Randy Shreves there on the point. As it come off turn number 4. Here we go, and I do not have what I need here. This is just internet is not playing nice when I was wanting to start up. That's why we're a little later than normal as they work there off turn 4 down there in the corner number 1. Trevor Frank up there trying to battle for that lead. Randy Shreves, though, he hangs on there to it. Zach Chapman in the 72 up there on the top side as they work down there through 1 and 2. Down there on the bottom side goes that 72 of Chapman. Over there now, turn number 4 down across the front straightaway. And down here off the corner. Trying to see how many laps left we have here. Looks like 2 to go. Coming there to the white flag for Trevor Frank. Out there, 121. Got the white flag in the air. Randy Shreve there in second. He comes there across the line. He'll go and win here in the heat race number 1 to start us on with your 360 wing sprint. Sorry that reads the Regal Wrap Midget. This is the 360 wing sprints. The midgets will be up later on tonight. Now we get here set for heat number 2. Here's your heat 1 result. Trevor Frank getting the win. Randy Shreve second. Patrick Spangler third. Zach Chapman fourth. Ted York there in fifth. Jacob Morris there sixth. Pat Boyce in seventh. Peter Bryce there in eighth. Starting here now for heat number 2. On the pole, starting there is Brian Moore in the number 55, to his outside for Raise the Bar, the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Row number 2 inside the Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. 79 of Dean Reynolds starts third. To his outside, the number 20 for Great Sim Racing, Blake Chapman. Row number 3, Can-Am Racing Team number 7, Bob the Good starts fifth. And to his outside, Scott Thomason Racing, the 06 of Scott Thomason. And rounding out the field, Stephen Bixler there in the 75 starts in seventh. Here we go, they're got it away. The corner number 1. Brian Moore getting a great jump down there on the bottom side. But look out, here comes Joseph Grandy. What a shot there. Slider. So Dean Reynolds' car all torn apart. Up there against the outside. Not how he wanted to start his night here as we work through turn 3 and 4. Up there on the high side, Joseph Grandy, Brian Moore, Blake Chapman. There you see Scott Thomason there in fourth with that Dad's Root Beer sponsored machine. Bob the Good back here in fifth. Stephen Bixler back here in sixth. Now you got the 55 Moore Racing Machine. Brian Moore up there on the high side, bouncing it off the wall just a little bit. 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go here in heat number 1 as they bring it on down there now out of the corner. Down there. Oh, not yet. All right, so we have it here. We got heat number 2 up here. Joseph Green, Brian Moore there second, Blake Chapman third, Scott Thomason fourth, Bob the Good there fifth, Stephen Bixler sixth, Dean Reynolds there in seventh. All right, we are good to go now. We're on coast to coast now. Oh, here we go. Your main heat for your 360 wing sprint cars. starting out there on the pole. Gonna be that of Trevor Frank in the 121. 2 is outside. Raise the bar Motorsports 518. Joseph Grandy. Row number 2, LGR Motorsports, the 56 of Randy Shreve starts in 3rd. 4th place is going to start the 55 of Brian Moore Sr. Row number 3, inside the 39, Patrick Spangler will roll off in 5th tonight, with Blake Chapman there in 6th in the number 20 for Cright Sim Racing. The 72 for Gambler Motorsports, Zach Chapman in the 7th position. Scott Thomason for the 06 of Scott Thomason Racing. He'll be starting there in 8th. Seth York in the 09, starting 9th. Can-Am Racing Team number 7, Bob the Good there in 10th. Jacob Morris there in 11th. The 411, as we said, rolls off in 11th here tonight. The 75, that's Stephen Bixler, who is outside there in row number 6, starting 12th. And a little farther on back here through the grid, starting there in 13th to 41, up Pat Boyce. To his outside, Dean Reynolds in the number 79. Hopefully going to overcome that wreck we saw there in the heat race. Peter Bryce rounds out your field back here for Team Outlaw Motorsports in the 074. Now we get rolling here. Everything the stuff now as we got it rolling as we should. And there through the corner, 1 and 2, up there off the high side goes Trevor Frank, but look out, here comes Grandy. Grandy having a little bit of connection problem. He disappeared there for a moment. Patrick Spangler down there on the inside here. Avenir can't quite get it to hook up the way he was hoping to. And we see the 55 there working through the corner. Zach Chapman there in the 72 down there on the inside. Through the slick spot a little bit as he works out off turn 2. Spangler gets into more coming off the corner and it stacks a few of them up. They keep running though. Pat Boyce though in trouble back there in the 41. Down there on the inside. Randy Shreve up there to the outside trying to chase down Trevor Frank. Grandy though, great run out there in front. Here comes a caution as Pat Boyce tows it to the pit. A lot happened here already. Now we get set and rolling here. We watch Pat Boyce down there on the bottom side. Coming there off the corner, the green wide gets together there on the bottom with the 75 of Stephen Bixler. And we had issues there through corner 4 as drivers try to get it picked up and rolling, and they do. But caution flag waves for the first time here in the feature on the 360 Wing Sprint Division. Sponsorship would definitely be greatly appreciated here at Coast to Coast. If you're interested, please get in contact with Coast to Coast. You can find contact information at c2crl.com. Down there through turn 1 and 2. Flores down there on the bottom side. Randy Shreves there up top trying to get up there. Sparks flying on up the 121 of Trevor Frank. He tries to take over the lead. He will do so. Grandy has a huge run off the corner. They get together a little bit. And the wing goes off of the 121 of Frank. Hey, up there against that outside wall. I've never quite seen that where they just rip a wing off like that. Down there through turn 3 and 4. Frank now having trouble keeping it off the wall. And now he's only got half the downforce that he once had. Working there through the corner. Spangler up there in the second. Grandy out there in front. Shreves sits there in third as they try to battle it out. And unfortunately for Frank, Frank's having all kind of issues back here at the back. And caution will wave this time for Trevor Frank in that machine. Now you see him up there trying to hold on to that car. He's still maintaining great speed up there despite not having that upper wing, but then it just picks up off the wall and around he goes. And we'll see if we can go back here. See, maybe. See if we can see what went on here. Hey, see, there's Frank up there on the high side, Grandy down there. Here it goes, down to the inside. He gets the pass, and then coming off the corner here, they kind of rocked together. Must have knocked that roof wing loose enough, and it kind of went sailing to the wind. So unfortunate there for Frank. He had to go back in. They picked up a new wing, got it on there, and hopefully he's got the bolts tight this time as they work it there on the corner, side by side. Trevor Frank bringing out that second caution. One good thing is he's still on the lead lap, and he is one quick driver here tonight, so he might have a shot at this as they work down there now. Out of turn number 2, coming around here to catch the green flag once again. Patrick Spangler down there on that bottom side. Grandy, your leader, up there on the top side, is going to bring him to the green. Down there on the bottom side, there you see Shreves trying to punch it through the middle. Couldn't quite do it. That's Spangler down there on the bottom. More up there to the top side. Frank back here, he's got it rolling once again to the outside. And, oh no, he gets into it again. This time loses all the wings off of that machine as Bixler gets into him there. Bixler down there on the bottom side. Here comes Frank back on the pit road. And they roll there now off turn number 4. Third caution underway as Bixler's trying to make it to pit road and just can't get that car to turn. I see it there, up there on the high side. He's just all over the place. Off the outside wall, then comes down off the inside wall. And he brings it to a slow crawl there through turn 3 and 4, trying to get it down there on the pit road. And it's just that right front, or I'm sorry, left front wheel is just that broke. He cannot get it to come down there. Tough break there for him. Third caution underway. Frank down 4 laps from what it looks like right now. Bixler down 2, Boyce down 2. See if that rings true here. I come there off corner number 3 and 4. Now you see the laps kind of change a little bit. Down 2. Bixler's down 3. Well, Wednesday, 1, 2, 3. Trying to get a little bit of a run here through this field than what he did in the heat. He's on the outside of Ted York. Ted York down there on the bottom, working the bottom side of Lanier tonight. Down there now, off turn number 4. There through corner 1 and 2. Down through the back straightaway. You see the run there that the... Let's see who that is. And we got a big crash here on the front straightaway. The 411, the 7 above the good. Jacob Morris in that 411. We're down there off the corner. There you see him. And it looks like Dad just gets loose. And, oh, man, what a hit there to Bob the Good in the number 7. just nowhere really that he could have avoided anything. I mean, Bob the Good took one heck of a ride here in that number 7 machine. No, man, it just, you see that 6 out there, up on the high side in front of Patrick Spangler? Gets just a little loose in that slick, just enough that Spangler's trying to get it caught up, so he's not going to catch him, but he does anyway. And that sends the 7 up there into the outside wall, and just the way he hits, he just goes for a ride up and over down that front straightaway. Corner down there up turn number 2. Oh. Bob the Good out. And they keep it growing down there off the corner. Moore down there on the inside. He's got the 72, and Chapman's looking to the outside. Out front, it's Joseph Grandy. And down there off turn 4, Grandy stays out front. Now they're now off of the corner. As Chapman's back here, down on the bottom side, AC Ted York moves himself up there into 3rd. 2 laps to go. Blake Chapman up here into 2nd, trying to chase down Grandy. There's a big space back here. You can see Dean, he's got himself up here into 4th. Going to go to the outside here on the final lap. Grandy works here off turn number 4. Chapman tried to spot bottom side, but it's going to be Joseph Grandy for the win here tonight. And our results come in here, trying to make sure I got the correct track. And this is definitely Lanier. Waiting on the main result here. There they are. And it's going to be Joseph Grandy, Blake Chapman. Dean Reynolds comes out over top of Ted York for 3rd. Ted York for 4th. Patrick Spangler 5th. Jackie. Mr. Zach Chapman's going to finish in 6th. Randy Shreve there in 7th. Scott Thomason in 8th. Peter Bryce there in 9th. Brian Moore there in 10th. Pat Boyce there in 11th. Jacob Morris there in 12th. Bob the Good there in 13th. Stephen Mickler in 14th. Sir Frank there in 15th. And I believe that is all the drivers here tonight for your 360 wing division. All right, so we're going to go ahead and check on this and see what we got. Do we have monitor? So starting here is our 3rd place driver, Dean Reynolds. Good evening there, Dean. How's it going?
What's going on, Mr. Flieger? How you doing?
I'm doing fairly well, and you must be feeling pretty good there after that after that feature run.
Well, I was happy about that restart. I noticed that some of the guys are starting to run the middle to the bottom, and it was coming in because actually I went down there and felt good, but I said, you know what, I'm going to let them go down there, and I went right up to the top, and it still stuck, and it was enough there, and I said, well, I'm just going to stay right up here and run, and got around Shaggy, got around Brian, and then me and Teddy were going at it right there in the last lap, and I went into 3 and 4, and I actually almost flat-footed it. I just hit turn 3 right, I didn't get into the wall, I floored it coming off 4, and luckily she stuck, and we snuck into 3rd. So I'm happy with that starting dead last. I made a mistake in the heat there. I got into Brian, and that was all on me. It was stupidity on me. I thought I was clear. I was going to fall in behind him, and I went in too hard, so I deserved it. Then, but to start last, and I think it was a 15, 16 car field, and come up for 3rd, I'm happy with that. And anytime you're behind Joseph and Blake, nothing to be ashamed of.
I did a great job bringing that car back up through the field. I mean, it was an unfortunate racing incident there in the heat. I mean, racing hard, and you got the bad end of it.
It was my own fault. I had no one to complain, but no one to blame but myself. I am on single screen, and I, shouldn't make moves like that all the time because you don't know where that car is on the outside. And I thought Brian was going to be a little bit faster than he was, and when I slid up there and I hit his tail tank, I go, oh crap! And I go, that was on me, and I escaped as fast as I could to get out of it, and said, well, now I got some work to do in the feature, and we made a couple moves that got us to the middle portion. I was running 7th there for the longest time, and then we had that restart with I think 6 to go, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to take a chance and see what I can do in it. And luckily it worked this time. Most times it doesn't, but this time it did.
Well, you did a great job, as we said, bringing that number 79 up there through the field. You got people you want to thank, sponsors, shout-outs, anything like that?
Oh, always got to thank the Full Throttle Motorsports gang. A good place to race with those guys. They're more of a modified team. I kind of hold down the sprint car end of the deal now, and but we always got to thank them. We got to thank you, Adam, for we're unsponsored here in the 360, so Adam's not going to do this for free all year. So let's help him out. Let's get a sponsor here for the 360 so we can get it broadcasted. I think everyone saw a good race here, and these 360s can put on a great show. So let's find a sponsor, and and thank you to Regal's Wraps and Designs for picking up the late model and the midget tab, so the fans can definitely see the next 2 races, and then Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race. And congrats to Blake and Joseph.
Most definitely. I mean, the last 2 weeks have really been a great showing here for the 360s.
Oh, the fixed set 360s is a good class, and then we're running fixed set 410s on Monday nights as well. And the fixed sets are very good. It's a good place to learn for people that want to come on in, but the sets feel very comfortable, and it's a fun thing to do. We're getting good car counts. We're getting 16 or so cars, and get 2 heats in the feature, and usually the tracks with the sprints. Lots of times the tracks could lock down and be one groove for late models and modifieds in the middle, but with the sprints and the wings, you can run some grooves that you can't with the mods and late models. And, like today, that top wouldn't have worked in a late model or anything like that I did. And, so it's a lot of fun to do that.
Well, track racing, you never had the same track before.
No, that's the beauty of dirt track. And, I know a lot of people are getting, a little antsy because iRacing hasn't given us a new track in a year, and why, I don't know, and I'm not very happy about it either and such. But
they did give us AI.
Oh yeah, they get great AI and a 4-cylinder. Yay. But AI doesn't help anything for the leagues. I mean, that only helps if you want to go against a computer or something like that. That doesn't really do anything for us or what we're doing here.
There's some leagues trying to experiment with it, actually.
Yeah, but I don't know where it's going to go. I mean,
it's hard to say.
The game ain't broke. Just give us some variety. Just give us something new. That's all. It's just, we got good cars. We got good sets. The tracks we have are fun to be a part of, but give us something new. That's all.
All righty. Well, congrats there, Dean, and we'll see how you do the rest of the night here.
All right, Adam. We'll jump into limited late models and see what we can do.
All righty.
Thank you.
That's Dean Reynolds, your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Now we'll get with 2nd place finisher, Blake Chapman. As my orders are out of, my things are out of order. Good evening, Blake. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you doing, Adam?
And doing well. I'm not sure what happened at the top of the broadcast there. We had a little hiccup with internet, so we had to restart it all. But I mean, been running fine, been running great, and I mean, you guys are putting on one heck of a show here.
Yeah, it's good to see that you got the broadcast up and working. Felt like you had a track like Lanier where everyone pretty much had to be up on the top. If you wanted to be fast, it makes things pretty interesting. To see how aggressive guys are going to be. And right away after a netcode incident, I got put to the back after spinning out, and I thought I was pretty much done for then. But we were able to make our way back up through the field using that top side, and before I knew it, there's restart with about 8 to go, and we were sitting in third and made quick work of Brian there, and we were just able to get up on that cushion. Felt like we were keeping pretty good pace with Joseph, but he was doing a good job at just keeping it consistent up there and keeping the gap at where it was. So yeah, just he was really fast tonight. Shout out to him on the win, but yeah, tough track when it's one lane like that, but fortunately we were able to make our way through the field and get up to second.
Well, you did, like we said, a great job, and hopefully you can continue with that as the night goes on here. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. I think limited late models might be pretty tough here at this track. If it doesn't widen out a little bit, and maybe the middle or bottom will come in, hopefully. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Then I think the midgets are at a different track, so they're always a good time. So yeah, hopefully we can just keep this speed rolling into these next two races.
All right, well, you got sponsor shout outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting second place here in the 360s?
Yeah, I got to thank the family for watching. Got to thank all the guys down at KSR. Got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Andy at AJ Custom Creations. Got to thank Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, Kreitz Oval Track Parts. Got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They got some very delicious popcorn. You can head over to their website and don't forget to use code CART at checkout for 50% off some of their very delicious product. I got to thank everyone involved in putting this league on, and I got to thank you for the broadcast, Adam.
All righty, well, congrats there, getting second tonight. And we'll see if that momentum can stay with you the rest of the season.
I hope so. Thanks, Adam.
All right. But Blake Chapman, your second place finisher. Now we'll get with your race winner, Joseph Brandy. Good evening there, Joseph. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Adam?
It's going well, man. How do you think you fared tonight here in this race?
I did all right. Starting on the front row obviously always helps. Felt good up top the whole time. Got a little worried with that last caution there when I saw Chatham was in third there, but held on. Got a little close to the wall a couple times, but all in all, not too bad.
Well, that seemed to be where the fast line was up there at the top here with the 360s. Are you anticipating that to be the same here as the night goes on?
No, it'll be the complete opposite in the limiteds.
And you're pretty positive on that one?
Yeah, pretty positive, but you never know. These things don't have a lot of motor.
They don't, and the key to them is keeping that momentum up.
Yeah, that's the only thing where maybe like I said, it all depends how much the bottom gets burnt in. So we'll see.
Well, you got sponsor shout out, people you want to thank there for getting that win tonight.
Yeah, Aiden Albright, Raise the Bar, Kylytic Recovery, West End Tone and Repair, Highline Cinematography, Shaggy TV, Reckless Raps, Ruffin Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast. They appreciate you, man, for the broadcast. And what's your sponsor in the 360s, correct? Or the late models, sorry.
Midgets. We're looking for a sponsor for the 360s.
All right, well, hopefully I'll see you again in the next one.
All righty, well, we'll see how it goes for you. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
All right, well, that was your winner there, Joseph Grandy. We're going to take a short break as we get ready for the limited late models coming up right here in just a few moments. So don't go anywhere. Lots more racing action coming up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I am your host, Adam Flinker from Flinker Farm TV on the pole. And some people might be able to catch it over there as well. Again, that is FFTV on YouTube, or Coast to Coast Racing Network is where our main shows are for Coast to Coast Racing League.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the wall, in the closet, in the hall. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it in. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. This monster, I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm trying to lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack Hit will get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Pot Pot.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Christopherson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off of 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
All right, qualifying has ended. Getting ready for heat races. Believe it's going to be 2. Yes, it is. It's 2 heat races here tonight. Here is heat number 1. Starting out there on the pole, Mr. Dean Reynolds in the number 79 for the Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. Starting to his outside, the 39, Patrick Spangler. Row number 2 on it inside for Billings Motorsports, the 66 of Chad Lackey rolls off in third. Mike Weeda in the 066. On Edge Racing's Hammer Down Motorsports in fourth here tonight. Row number 5 on the inside, Mr. Jack Hitt. And the number 217 will start fifth. Jacob Forrest and the 411 will roll off in sixth here for heat number 1. They come there out of turn 4 one more time around Lanier here. A driver gets set to roll and take the flag. Let us know who you might be cheering on here. Well, I mentioned us there in the chat on YouTube. Working there off turn number 3 and 4. On the high side, Patrick Spangler on the inside. Dean but the 56 challenge, he gets a little bit better run down of the corner. Up to the top side, Dino still hangs on to the lead. And his Lackey's down there on the bottom. Patrick Spangler hanging on to third so far. He rolls there off turn of 3 and 4. There through the middle to high side, trying to keep that momentum high on these limited late models. Courier Wrap Limit is here tonight. Rolling down there in the corner, number 3 and 4. There to the outside goes Spangler. Almost 3 wide. There's the 66 of Mike Weeda. Tries to shoot the gap, can't quite do it. Now Spangler gets underneath the Lackey. He's going to shoot for that second spot. He will do so there out of corner number 3 and 4. Back out there onto the front straightaway. 2 laps to go here for the Real Wrap Limited in heat number 1. Dino out there in front, hanging on, hanging top as they work their off turn of 3 and 4. Final lap here for Dean Reynolds as he works off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Coming here to the finish of heat number 1, Dean Reynolds will take the checkered flag for the win here for your heat, and he will then start on pole for the main event here after the next heat. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the racing that you see here on this Wednesday night for the Wednesday night Hometown Heroes. Here is heat 1 results. Supposed to be heat 1. Dino getting that win. Spangler there in second. Jacob Morris, he'll take third. Chad Lackey fourth. Mike Weeda fifth. Jack Hitt there in the sixth. All right, now here we go on for heat number 2. Starting out there on the pole is Trevor Frank in the 121. Randy Shreve there in second. In for LGR Motorsports in the number 56. Road number 3, Peter Bryce in the 074. Team Outlaw Motorsports starting third. Blake Tapman, Bright Sim Racing is going to start in the number 20 in a fourth position here tonight. Pat Boyce in the 41 going to roll off starting fifth. And to his outside for Raise the Bar, the 518, Joseph Grandy. We'll see if Joseph can bring it up through the field. He was your fastest in the 360s. Won the 360s. Now we'll see if he can bring that 518 up the field here for the limited late models. Green flags unfurled. They're down the way. In the corner number 1, they go to 74. There, Peter Bryce. Thought about looking to the inside. He will still look to the inside, getting around Randy Shreves. Another worker through turn to 3 and 4, staying down tight against that inside wall. Bryce staying going tough down there. Frank running the middle of the track, down the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. We'll see if that track works in tonight and they slide up and find a higher groove in the feature. 4 laps to go here for heat number 2. Grandy now up there in the 4th, right behind Shreve. Shreve's looking to the inside of Bryce. Can't quite get there at the same time. Grandy's looking at the inside of Shreve. Going 3 wide a little bit there on the exit up 2. Down there now 2 wide for 2nd and 3rd as they come off of turn 4. In the 1 and 2 they go, 2 laps to go. Here for heat number 2. Grandy Shreve there in 3rd. Grandy there 4th. As Chapman tries to hang on down there on the bottom, everybody's so tight. Trevor Frank out there in the front, trying to hang on for the win. He will do so. It does look to be as he comes out of turn number 4. Checker flags in the air. Trevor Frank will win heat number 2 here for Lanier and the Regal Raps Limited Series. Here is heat number 2 results. Trevor Frank there getting the win. Randy Shreve there in 2nd. Peter Bryce there 3rd. Joseph Grandy 4th. Blake Chapman 5th. Matt Boyce in 6th. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
And get ready for your main event. That'll get lined up here momentarily. There you're looking at Trevor Frank. Your starting lineup gonna look like this. Starting out there on pole, Dean Reynolds for the Super Dirt Car Series, Full Throttle Motorsports. Car number 79 starts on pole. 2 is outside. Trevor Frank in the 121. Starting in second. Row number 2, the inside line. Going to be Patrick Spangler in the number 39. Starting third. LGR Motorsports number 56. Randy Shreves will roll off in fourth tonight. Down there now in row number 3, the 411. Jacob Forrest is going to start in fifth, with Peter Bryce starting in sixth here tonight, driving a number 074 for Team Outlaw Motorsports. Row number 4 on that inside lane, Building Motorsports 66. He rolls off in seventh tonight. Raise the bar, number 518, Joseph Grandy will roll off there in eighth. Row number 5 on the inside, the 066 from On Edge Racing. Hammering Down Motorsports, Mike Guida starting ninth. Blake Chapman, Bright Sim Racing's number 20, rolling off in 10th. Row number 6 inside the 217 of Jack Hitt, and to his outside, Pat Boyce in the number 41. That is your field here tonight. Oscar Regal Wrap Limited as they work it down there out of the corner. Dean Reynolds anxious to bring him to the checker flag. Winter season champion, spring season came up a little short in second. Trying to chase another one here for the summer season at coast to coast. As he's out of turn number 2, but look out, here comes Frank to the inside of Dean as they work through the corner. Trying to keep it down there. And they're side by side, very tight through off of 4. Trevor now slides it up. And here comes Dean underneath. Dino takes over the first spot again. Randy Shreves trying to take the advantage while Trevor's up there on the top side. As Shreves down there to the inside. Here comes the 74, Peter Bryce. Below Joseph Grandy. Spangler sits in fourth right now. Watching the action there in front of him. Dino trying to run his race. They work there now in the turn number 1 and 2. 22 laps to go here at Lanier. Frank hanging on the second. Shreves wants to get up there and make a battle for it as they come off the corner. Dino up there in front with Trevor Frank there in second. Looks into the middle. Can't quite get there. And now here comes Frank down there to the inside, up off the corner. Dino's got a cut underneath. Does so. He'll slide it through 1 and 2. Going to keep it down there through the middle of the racetrack as Frank takes over that lead. But Dino saying, no, that lead is mine. Coming off a turn 4. That outside lane still prevails a little bit. We're down to 3 and 4. And this outside lane right now looks to be maybe where you want to be. Driver, we're standing possibly down there on the inside, but it looks like at high side might be where you want to be in these limited late models. Now, the series that it is going to change up on it, as Spangler ends up crashing into the pit lane the opposite way, but we stay green as he's safely off pit road. I'm saying the series that you might see them running at bottom will be the midgets coming up right after the limited late model show here. And those are the real Raps midgets. People there out of 2, the 56. Randy Shreves there and for it down there off the corner, the 518 of Grandy up to third. As Dean Reynolds fights there in a second. Trevor Frank wanting redemption after the problems he had in the 360 race. Dino down there to the inside, can't quite make a run happen. Needs to find a way to keep that momentum high, as here comes Grandy now. Looking to the inside of Dino as they work down the back straightaway. 14 laps to go here as they come out of 4. 13 laps to go across the strike. Down here in the 1 and 2, they're 3 wide with Grandy on the bottom. Now they're all single filed out once again down here through turn the 3 and 4. Chad Lackey back here in 4th. Randy Shreves back to 5th. Blake Chapman, he's back here in 6th right now. And Jacob Boris there in 7th. Pat Boyce back here on the bottom side, up above of Mike Guida. Now we got Jack Hitt and Spangler. Spangler is out. Hitt down in the pit. And watch Trevor Frank out there in front. could be his race to lose if he doesn't find any issues. Or it could be his race to win, rather, if he doesn't find any issues. Dean Reynolds there in a second. Here comes a caution flag. This one for Peter Bryce and Mike Guida about to be getting together. There you see Peter Bryce, Mike Guida there in the 066, coming there to the middle. And there you see the 74 ends up across the nose of Mike Guida, and oh no, upside down. Tough break there for Peter Bryce. He ends up upside down in the turn number 1 across the nose of Mike Guida. Thank you all for tuning in to the Coast to Coast Racing Network to watch the Coast to Coast Racing League. Lights are out on that pace machine, signifying that we're going to go green flag racing next time by. Single file as we're under 10 laps to go. Pace cars on, here they come to the strike. 9 laps to go for Trevor Frank. Dean Reynolds gets a great run there in the second. Joseph Grandy still working on the bottom side underneath the Dino as they work down the front straightaway. Shreve back here in 6th was looking to see if maybe he can find a way around Blake, but could not quite do it. Now the 411 of Jacob Morris is there right on the nose of Shreves. And they work there off turn at number 4. 7 laps to go here for the Coast to Coast Racing League. Down the back straightaway, this is your Regal Limited late model. Off turn at 4. Joseph Brandy there in 3rd. Dean Reynolds in 2nd. Trevor Frank up there on the high side. 5 laps to go. An open in here as they come through turn 1 and 2. Dean Reynolds down the back straightaway in 2nd with Randy there in 3rd. Trevor Frank out there in front, down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go and counting down. The 66, Chad Larry looking underneath Joseph Randy, cannot quite make the pass happen as they work here through turn 3 and 4 down there below them. As they work off the corner, that outside still prevailing there for Grandy. As we see Lackey trying to get into that position. Dean Reynolds out there in 2nd. Frank hangs on to the lead. Here comes Grandy, though, looking to see if he can get a great run to the outside of Dean. Dean running a little bit of a slider line through 1 and 2. Grandy getting a better run off of the high side. Slides it through turn 3 and 4, opening the door up. Here comes Dino once again to the inside underneath Grandy. Final lap. Grandy's going to try to make something happen here through turn 3 and 4. Dino's going to take that inside lane away. Trevor Frank, though, across the line with the checkered flag, will take the win here at Lanier. Congratulations there to Trevor Frank, as he is your winner. Limited. As Dean Reynolds comes in 2nd, and Chad Lackey there in 3rd, beating out Joseph Grandy for that 3rd spot. What a night of racing that was, man, oh man. Great final lap. We'll go ahead and get with these drivers here in just a moment. But first, your finish results for the entire field are going to look like this. 12 drivers total. Trevor Frank getting that win. Dean Reynolds there in 2nd. Chad Lackey 3rd. Joseph Grandy 4th. Blake Chapman 5th. Jacob Morris there in 6th. Randy Shreves there in 7th. Pat Boyce in 8th. Mike Guida there in 9th. Peter Bryce in 10th. And Jack Hitt there 11th. And Patrick Spangler 18 laps down, finishes there in 12th. Not the night Patrick was looking for, nor for Jack Hitt. We'll see if Jack Hitt, once he heads over to the midgets, as we normally see him there, I believe, We'll see how well he does with that number 217 Hooters machine. But here at Lanier right now, let's get with your winner. Starting first here with Chad Lackey. Good evening there, Chad. How's it going?
Hey, good yourself, Adam.
It's going well. And how do you think your race felt here tonight? I mean, this track seemed pretty racy tonight.
Yeah, it's tough with these cars. They're all they're very low powered, so yeah, you got to make your moves wisely. But track was actually pretty racy. You could kind of run middle, you could run the top there at the end, and bottom it was never really there. It was kind of slow. It's just, these cars, it's momentum with these cars, so running the bottom just doesn't work that well. Maybe if the track slipped off more, it would probably turn to a bottom track, but it was just too fast there in the middle and the top. So.
Stayed to the top. I know a few drivers were talking that it was going to be more to the bottom, but it seems like it was more middle top here tonight.
Uh, like I said, if the track just slicked off a lot more, it would have been a bottom track for sure. It's just there's too much grip there in the middle and the top. So, just like I said, you had to make your move wisely there. I had Trevor Drew in my ear tonight spotting me, so he was just kind of giving me all the lines there and helping me around everyone. So, gotta give a shout out to Trevor there for giving me a hand with that. And yeah, just congrats there to Dean there for second and Trevor on his win.
Alrighty, great job there tonight. You got any people you want to thank, sponsors to shout out to?
Yeah, I gotta thank Hometown Heroes for sponsoring for tonight's race. Yourself, Adam, for doing the broadcast. Everyone at Coast to Coast and behind the scenes. Billings Motorsports, Vertex Graphics, all the boys in Discord, Yurishi Media, and I just want to say hi to anyone watching. Hope you enjoy the race.
All right, it's been great racing all night. And are you going to be racing any in midgets?
No, unfortunately, I don't race those cars.
All righty. Well, congrats there on third place, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, Adam. Thanks.
All right, that was Chad Lackey, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with Dean Reynolds, your second place. How's it going there, Dean? I know you were hungry for that win, but unfortunately, Trevor kind of beat you out with it.
Yeah, and I just told Trevor, I go, this is, I think, my 8th runner-up finish with limited late models without getting a win. At least this one here, I didn't get past at the end. You know, Blake Chapman's got me twice by passing me with like 2 to go, and you know, those are the ones that sting. Here, you know, Trevor did his sliders and did the lines a little bit better than I did, and you know, got the lead, and I had nothing for him. I tried to do that middle because normally the middle comes in here at Lanier, and I was thinking maybe the top will not go away, but get so far out there that with the low horsepower limited late models, he might scrub off some speed because he's racing so far out there. But it never really happened. He just kept his car straight, and he did well. And then, you know, Joseph and Chad are a little bit better than I am. And, you know, and I saw them back there. I actually looked. I saw, you know, because I heard them, and I looked in the mirror, saw where they are. And I said, well, I'm just going to stay in this middle because I feel more comfortable here than I did up top. And I said, they're going to have to try to go around me. And then Joseph threw that bomb on me, but he threw it a little too hard. And I knew he was going to because Joseph likes throwing sliders. And I said, let him throw that slider. I'm going to burp it, duck under, and then, you know, 3 and 4 out, just play the defensive like everyone does in the last lap, which you should. And then hopefully come out. And it worked, and I got a second. But, you know, congratulations to Trevor on the win. And, yeah, we'll take a third and a second, Adam. That's okay. We'll be all right with that.
Well, if anything, more ways than one here, especially finishing out last season.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, the limited late models is the thorn in my side. That is the only class other than midgets, but I don't run midgets regularly, that I don't have a win in coast to coast. I even got a wingless win. I even got a UMP win, but I don't have a limited late model win, and I've run probably 50 or 60 of these darn races, and one of these days I'm gonna get one. I just don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always a tenth off the speeds of everybody. For me to get a win, it's going to have to be, starting on the pole and running out there and getting a little luck and maybe a track that's one lane dominant or something. But but you gotta drive them to win them, and we'll take a win any way we can get. Other than trying to dirty somebody, I don't want to do that. But we'll get one. We'll get one eventually. They're a lot of fun to drive. I really enjoy driving them. Good bunch of guys. More times than not, we go nonstop with these things. We only had one yellow this time, so they're a lot of fun, and we'll give her hell, Adam. We'll keep on going.
Well, kind of going back to it, the winter season. What series did you end up winning in the winter series?
I actually won both hometown heroes in the winter series. And it was consistency in the limited late models. The sprints, I actually had a couple wins. But the limited late models, it was a real close battle with me, Jeff Sharp, and I think it was Randy Shreves. And but I just had I had top fives. I had top fives, and you can win a title without winning a feature, and I just happened to be one of them. That was one of them.
Listening to our our intro here for Coast to Coast, I thought you did get a win.
No, not in limited late models. Nope, I still don't have a win. It's just I got wins in pro late models. I got a few. I got like 3 or 4 wins in pro late models, but I don't have one in limiteds yet. But we'll try to get one. We're not going to give up yet. We still got a few good weeks left.
Well, I mean, you did a great job there, and you sponsor shout-outs, people you need to thank there for getting second here tonight.
Oh, always the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. Got to thank them, Adam. I got to thank you for doing the sponsorship and the broadcast, and Coast to Coast for a good place to race, and got to congratulate Trevor on a good win, and Chad. I think 2 more laps, Chad probably would have got me, but good run from him too.
Yeah, you guys were definitely battling it out there, second through fourth. I mean, it was a great job, and I mean, can't really count Blake out either, who was sitting there in fifth.
You can never count Blake out. Blake is, if there's one guy, actually the 2 guys that seem to be the best on the fixed 360s and limited late models is Grandy and Blake. They, if they have good luck on their side and such, you're not going to beat them. They are the 2 guys. There's a lot of good guys. Randy Sheaves is very good in the fixed setup league and the fixed setup divisions and stuff. But Joseph and Blake are the 2 that you really, if you beat them, you did something good.
Well, you did a great job here tonight, Reynolds. And we'll see how it goes next week for you. Or are you coming out to run the midgets?
No, I got actually. I didn't even know I was going to be able to stay for the limited late models. I am starting 16th in the 360 Knoxville Nationals for another league. So I gotta in the B main. I gotta actually leave here and get into that server and see if we can get a little lucky there. So let's see if we can make the A main.
All righty, good luck there, Dean.
Thanks, brother.
Dean Reynolds, your second place finisher. Now we'll get with Trevor Frank, your winner. Good evening there, Trevor. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hopefully, are you running just a kind of standard iRacing paint here tonight?
Yeah. I think for the last couple weeks that you and I have talked, I'm still a lazy ass, and I still haven't gotten any paints made.
Well, I mean, you did a great job out there. You got the win here tonight. The car looked like it felt great. I know you had a little issue in the 360s there, but you came back around and were able to finish out the limited late model draw.
Yeah, the 360 deal kind of sucked. We got iRacing. We didn't even make that hard a contact for the lead there, and it tore my top wing off. And then I ended up spinning because the car without a top wing is pretty terrible to drive. And then coming back through the field, I kind of just I got poked my nose to the outside of somebody, and I probably should have been smarter and just tapped the brakes, but ended up cage first essentially in 1 and 2, which sucks because that's the car that I feel like I should be the best in, but apparently I am okay at limited late models, it seems like, because I got the last 2 of them, even though I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, it feels like it. I don't know what else you can do other than put those things to the floor and hope that it goes into the corner and doesn't shove or you don't break your momentum. They're definitely the momentum-driven cars, and I'm historically horrendous at momentum cars, so it's a little surprising to me to win 2 in a row with that.
Well, I mean, you did a great job here tonight, and I mean, it is tough. I mean, we went back and watched that 360 replay, and it was almost like your pit crew forgot to tighten them bolts down on the wing or something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make some changes in the pit crew because I don't think the wing tree was bolted all the way on. But that's internal discussions for sure.
I mean, because I've never seen that light of a contact, and then a little bit farther down the track, there goes the wing to the wind.
Yeah, he just climbed my left rear a little bit, which I mean, all fairness, it was we were racing hard for the lead, but I didn't think that we got a 0x from it, and all of a sudden when I went to pull my wing back a little bit, I didn't have one, and I was like, well, this poses a whole new chasm of problems for sure, because I did want some more wing after I threw that slider, and I just didn't have a wing at all, and that was a little on the shocking side, but it is what it is.
I'm sure it is shocking. I mean, because like I said, here in the broadcast booth, we're watching down on track, and it didn't look like he had that much contact from our point of view either. I mean, it just looked like, okay, a little bit of rub, and next thing I see, you're without a wing. It's like, wait a moment, where'd that wing go?
Yeah, and Dean even said, he was like, he's like, it didn't really slow down that much, so I thought it was an iRacing glitch. I was like, I kind of did too, because when I went into 3 and 4, it didn't feel that bad, but then I kind of, where the wing speed should have took over in 1 and 2, it just went straight, and I was like, I am in a bad spot here. That is not good.
So you're saying you're not too good with the non-wing cars?
I guess we'll find out. I crashed myself in the midgets last week, so hopefully I don't do that again tonight. But I don't know. These things don't have wings, so maybe I can redeem myself.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I know some guys, they do a little bit of practice tests with like the 360 and a 410 non-wings, just so they can be prepared if such an event like that happens in race.
Yeah, maybe I'm lacking. I think my lack of competitive sim racing for the past 5 years might be showing that I'm not doing that kind of preparation. But maybe it's something I got to work on this week.
Oh, great job. I mean, you did a great job here in the limited late models. You got sponsor Charles, if you want to thank for getting that victory in the limited.
Yes, sir. I got Box 3 Media, Kirsch Bridge Builders, and AmRamp, and Shoot Racing Incorporated, as always, thanks to all my buddies that decide to put their name on a car that generally ends up upside down and on fire.
Well, you haven't done that here on in this league yet.
Yeah, give it time. Don't worry. It'll probably be in the midget race. This is way too big of a track for me.
Well, great job there, Trevor, and we'll see you in the midgets. Good luck.
Yeah, hopefully we talk again here in a minute.
We'll see. Always tough competition here at Coast to Coast, so we'll see how it goes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Trevor Frank, your winner here at Lanier for your Regal Wraps Limited Late Model Series. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. More racing coming up after this short break.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's
It's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Sun up on the clay truck bed full of heat. Helmet in my hand, gravel in my teeth. Line up at the gate, crowd begins to roar. I came for the dirt, I came to cut the floor. Red dust in the air, heart cut loose. Attack climbs high, I got nothing to lose. Count me down, let it fly. One green light and I'm alive. Mud on the tires, mud on the tires. Kick it up higher. Mud on the tires. Take that curve, hold that line. Mud on the tires. I'm gone in the shine. Gone in the shine. Corner kiss my door, rear end split out wide. I caught it with a grin and I let it ride. Shot from the fence when I passed that flame. Whole world shaking when they called my name. Red dust in the air, heart cut loose. Attack climbs higher, I got nothing to lose. Count me down, let it fly. One green light and I'm alive. Mud on the tires, mud on the tires. Kick it up higher. Mud on the tires. Take that curve, hold that line. Mud on the tires. I'm gone in the shine. Gone in the shine. Let it fly, let it scream. Every mile feel like a dream. Push it hard, break that chain. I'm built for this. I eat the rain. Mud on the tires, mud on the tires. Kick it up higher. Mud on the tires. Take that curve, hold that line. Mud on the tires. I'm gone in the shine. Mud on the tires. Mud on the tires. Dust in my veins, and I'm still on fire.
qualifying, finishing up here. Blake Chapman, 15.512. And here for, I think we got everything seem okay? Just seemed delayed there, I don't know. All right. So here we go. Bob the Good starting out there on the outside pole. Your pole sitter is going to be that of Randy Shreves. With the 121, Trevor Frank there in a third. Blake Chapman there in fourth for Christ Sim Racing in the number 20. The 5 of Jack Hitt there in the 217 will start fifth. Jacob Boyes in the 411 starting there in sixth. Pat Boyce in the 41 starting in seventh. All right, here we go now out of the corner. Everybody's raring to go as they get set to roll here tonight. Down the back straightaway, 6 laps to go here for the heat race. 7 drivers on track here for your Regal Wrap midgets. Would love to get more here involved if others would like to do so. Check out Coast to Coast Racing League. You can find that on C2CRL.com. Again, that is C2CRL.com. And they work on turn number 4. Pace car rolls off. Here we go. Green flags in the air. In the corner number 1 they go. They're coming through turn 3 and 4. Pace car pulls off in 2. Here at Lincoln, they come out of turn 4. Here we go. Reed with a great start down there to the inside goes Frank up there on that high side. Whoop, and here comes Chapman tearing it up on that high groove as they roll through 3 and 4 back around here onto the front straightaway. Frank out there in the front, down on the bottom side, but Chapman, he's making it outside work for him as he comes there now off the corner. Had you heard others, Chapman has a great job. There you see the 217 Hooters machine trying to roll through the middle of the corner. 4 laps to go here in the heat race. Down there now off turn 2, down across, off of it, through the backstretch, through 3 and 4. Trevor hanging on down there on the bottom. Chapman up there on the high side. Getting offside of Randy Shreves. Shreves down there on the bottom. Chapman now in the Jack Hitt. And they come there off the corner, had to back out of it. Chapman now falls all the way back and gets collected there in that. Pat Boyce upside down along. I'm not sure if Morris was upside down or not, but definitely Pat Boyce took a ride there. Gonna end up back here at the back. Here comes Frank. 2 laps to go. 1 lap to go now as he comes across the line. 1 and 2 down through the back straightaway here at Lincoln Motor Speedway, I believe is what it is, but either way, it is Lincoln. Lincoln Speedway here. Here they come off corner 4 across the stripe, and Trevor Frank gets the win here in the heat race. Shreves in second, Bob the Good there third. We'll get your full rundown here in just a moment. Trevor Frank getting that win. Randy Shreves there in second. Bob the Good in third. Jack Hitt there in fourth. Blake Chapman fifth. Jacob Morris in sixth. Pat Boyce there in seventh. We'll be back after this short word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Your Regal Wrap Midgets main event coming up right after the word.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Getting ready for the main event here. You see Trevor Frank out there putting a couple more laps in. Boys as well after having some issues there in the heat race. We just watched Jack Hitt run out the quickest time here in warm up, but then decided that he needed the inside wall. Now here we go, getting ready for the start of this one. Trevor Frank starting out there on the pole in the number 121. LGR Motorsports, number 56. Randy Shreves will start outside pole in second. Row number 2, Can-Am Racing Team, number 7. Bob the Good starting third. The 217 of Jack Hitt starts fourth here tonight. Blake Chapman in the number 20. Great Sim Racing starts fifth. The 411 of Jacob Boyes will roll off outside row number 3 in sixth with Pat Boyce rounding out your field in the number 41. So we'll see how these drivers can take it here around Lincoln. 25 laps of distance. Can Trevor Frank hold on here in the open wheel midget? Uh, 56, Randy Shreves to his outside. Bob the Good there in fourth. Well, sorry, third. Jack Hitt there in fourth. And that was that Jack Hitt. He found some speed there in warm-up. We'll see if he can make that battle happen here in these 25 laps of the feature. As they work down there now in the corner number 3 and 4. Oh, I'm sorry, no, 1 and 2. Ah, man, I'm getting flipped around there once again. Down the back straightaway, side by side, ready for the restart. Or not restart, ready for the start of the main event here. Of your Rio Rap midgets as they get close up there on the high side. Off of 4, green flags in the air, and out of the way. Make it a 1 and 2. Get the way of Trevor Franco. Not wasting any time. Out there in front on that pole position, getting out there in the front. Here comes Jack Hitt, battling his way around Randy Shreves. He was last season's champion. We'll see if he can get another one here on an outside lane. Shreves wanting to hang on to that second spot. Right there behind Frank, and it worked. Now off turn number 4. Down across the stripe, 23 laps to go. Here through turn 1 and 2. Jack set it in just a little hard. Now Pat Boyce gets into him as they both face the wrong direction. And they'll bring out caution flag number 1 here as they sit in turn number 1 and 2. Now you see him come down through the back straightaway. I'm sorry, no, that's turns 1 and 2. Up there on the high side. There you see there is Jack Hitt, Pat Boyce back around once again. Don't look too terrible, but Jack sent it in really hard. And now they work here out of the corner. Everybody's going to get lined back up here. First caution of the night. Jack Hitt, Pat Boyce get some repairs if they need it. Trevor Frank putting on a show here tonight, though. He had a great run going into 360s. Unfortunately, as he said, he got iRacing whenever he lost the top wing on that car from extremely light contact. As we said, we chucked that up to where he might need to find himself a new pit crew or start going over the car himself, as the bolts might not have been tight on that wing. Down there now in the corner 1 and 2. Lights are off. Trevor now here. No wings to worry about in the midget, so he should be okay. There goes the pace car off of turn number 2. They're coming down the back straightaway. Everybody's lined up, eager to go. Jack Hitt now at the back of the pack once again. Randy Shreves there in a second. Great start there from the 121. Blake Chapman down there on the inside. He had some great speed showing there in the heat race. Hasn't really shown it here in the feature as of yet, but that could come. He works out there to the high side through turn 3 and 4. He tries to get back out there to the outside of Randy Shreves. Down there through 1 and 2. And it's kind of what I was saying about that inside line. Sometimes prevailing here in the midget. But that outside lane can sometimes come in as well. As you see Chapman just ring it around the outer lip there. Down there now through turn 1 and 2. Going to go low to middle. They're now off a 2. Down the back straightaway, trying to catch Randy Shreve. Shreve's trying to get up there to Frank. Frank just hanging on, though. Great job out there in front. 20 laps to go. Now as Chapman's down there underneath the Shreves. Bobby Good there in the 4th with Jack Hitt up to 5th. Jacob Morris there in the 411 in 6th with Pat Boyce in the 41 back there in 7th. 18 laps to go here as they work off a 2. Lady Chapman and Shreve battle hard for 2nd and 3rd. And Chapman would like to get around and get up there in the 2nd. Shreve's not giving it to him easy, though. Chapman now looks like he might have the pass complete. Going through turn 3 and 4, but Shreves takes it back, going across the stripe and into corner number 1. Chapman now has to try to battle back out on that outside line. Down there now in the turn 3 and 4. Chapman out on the outside. Shreves there along the bottom edge now. 15 laps to go here in the midget main event. As you see the 121 there at Trevor Frank. Coming there as well is Randy Shreves there in 2nd to 20. Blake Chapman, Jack Hitt there in 4th. Bob Good there in 5th. Jacob Morris there in 6th. Pat Boyce in 7th. As they work it down through the back straightaway. Trevor Frank, what a run he's having here out in front of Randy Shreves. Blake Chapman, Jack Hitt now up there in the 4th. Trying to make a run back at the top once again. As he worked there off a turn number 2. In the 3 and 4, Chapman down there on the bottom. Randy Shreves there in 2nd. Trevor Frank up there in front. 12 laps to go as he comes there off a turn 2. Chapman, Shreves, still battle for 2nd and 3rd. Jack Hitt watching all this go on there from 4th position with Bob the Good back there in 5th. Now you watch there the 121, Trevor Frank there out front. Blake Chapman there 2nd. Randy Shreves there 3rd. Jack Hitt out underneath. Randy Shreves can't quite get there. Jack Hitt now tries to get up there to that spot. But Blake Chapman, he's going to work underneath of Shreves. Now they're all right there. There you see Hitt trying to get up there. 9 laps to go. So under 10 laps to go, we get another caution. It will be a single file restart for the rolls here at Coast to Coast. Turn number 4. And look out. Chapman was a little bit tight coming off of 4 there. And now they work through turn 1 and 2 down there on that inside. Blake Chapman, Randy Shreves there in 2nd, Frank there out front. And they work down off turn number 1 and 2. On to the backstretch they go. That's 7 laps to go. Randy Shreves, Jack Hitt and Blake Chapman battling for 3rd and 4th. Jack Hitt gets up there in the 3rd. But I don't know if anybody has anything for Trevor Frank. There you see Randy Shreves trying to find something. Jack Hitt back here in 3rd. Chapman falls back in the 4th. Bob the Good back there in the 5th. They come across the line. 5 laps to go. The open hand here shown to the drivers with Trevor Frank leading the way. Shreves, though, he's getting a great run going up there on that high side. Maybe he can chase down the leader. Looking here at the lap time, he is just about almost 3/10 of a second faster. That time he was only half a hundredth faster. And come there through off turn 3 and 4. Shreves now lost a little bit of ground as they come to 3 to go. Shreves battles there in 2nd. That time, Frank once again was faster. Jack Hitt, though, he was faster than Shreves, so it's going to be hard to say 3 laps to go. I just don't think anybody has anything for anybody now at this point of the race. They work down there off of the corner. There you see the gap. Coming there to the flag. 2 laps to go. Off corner 4. 1 flag in the air. It's unfurled. Trevor Frank takes it down in the corner, number 1. Half a lap to go here at Lincoln. As here we see Trevor Frank roll through corner 3 and 4. Looking great, and he will capture the win here in the Ring of Midgets from Lincoln Speedway. Getting that win he much was hoping for here in the Midget Series. Second's going to be Randy Shreve's Jacket there in third, followed by Chapman, DeGood, Morris, and Boyce. We'll get that feature lineup here right this moment. 7 drivers to compete here tonight. 7 drivers make the finish. Trevor Frank taking home the win. Randy Shreve's there in second. Jacket there third. Blake Chapman fourth. Bob DeGood there in fifth. 6th position goes to Jacob Morris. And rounding out your field here tonight in 7th is that of Pat Boyce. Waiting to see if we got any drivers here for our interviews. Starting here in the winner's circle, I guess. Good evening there, Trevor. How's it going?
Oh, better now that I finally won a midget race.
Well, you seem you had a pretty good handle on it here tonight at Lincoln. What was your thoughts on the track here?
Yeah, it definitely changed in the feature. 25 laps for those things is kind of a, I don't know. Maybe I'm out of shape, but I was feeling it after about 10 there. So it changed a lot. I kind of, because we get to cheat in iRacing and use a mirror, I kind of saw myself getting run down by Randy there on the top. So I decided to make a little lane change there, and then I was able to pull him a little bit and just keep the lead. The bottom was really good in the heat race. Obviously, we won the heat race by a fairly healthy margin. So yeah, just watching the track, and it started to get a little bumpy and a little kind of not fun to run the bottom. So I figured I'd let it float to the top, and it worked out.
I heard you mention about the mirror, and I know a couple other drivers here in interviews have mentioned about the mirror as well. Trying to keep track of what's around you, being a feature we have here on iRacing, and I have mine set in such a way that if a car don't have a mirror, I don't have a mirror.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have that. I will take full advantage of being able to see where folks are at, because like I said, especially in a race like that where it started out fairly tacky and starts to go away, it's hard to gauge that in real life and in iRacing if you can't see behind you. So you don't want to be the guy that gets just caught on the bottom or gets his doors blown off on the top. So definitely saw him making a run there, and sorry to him for having to lane change like that, but you got to do what you got to do.
Nah, you do, and I mean, you did a great job watching for that and making the change it needed to hold on to that victory here with the midget class. So hopefully you feel pretty good about that and enjoy the victory. You got sponsors, people you want to thank here for getting that victory here tonight.
Sure do. As always, Shoot Racing Incorporated, Box 3 Media, AmRamp, and Kirschbridge Builders.
All righty, well, great job there, Trevor. Hopefully you have a great night. Enjoy the victories you got here tonight, and we'll see if you can keep that momentum going in the next week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That was Trevor Frank, your winner here in the Regal Wrap Midgets. Now we'll go with second place, Randy Shreve. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Good, Adam. Not too bad. Definitely wore out after that race.
Yeah, it seems like that's the consensus we're hearing. I mean, you did a great job. I mean, were you worried about Jack Hitt, Blake Chapman, any of those guys behind you?
Yeah, anytime you got them guys behind you or in front of you, you're always worried. I think Jack was probably better on the bottom there, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I'm just glad, more toward the end of the race, the top came in. The me and Trevor, I don't know, it's hard catching him, and I just wish I could have found that top sign a little sooner. Maybe we could have put up a really good race for everybody, but Trevor's fast in everything he gets in, man. Like I said, and yeah, it's there's no shame in finishing second to him.
Well, he come on and said he's sorry that he did the lane change. Kind of showed him there with the iRacing mirror where to run, and he kind of followed the lead and ended up there on the top side with you.
Yeah, and I just could not run the bottom like he could. He was running it just so smooth, and yeah, I just wish there could have been more laps on the top, and yeah.
Well, for a while there, you were gaining him on the top until he switched up there to the top as well, and then he kind of gapped you a little bit again.
Yeah, he's just one of them drivers, man. It's hard to catch him.
Well, you're not doing too bad yourself, finishing second tonight here above Jack Hitt. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that second place finish?
For sure. Definitely want to thank everybody at Coast to Coast, you, Adam, for everything you do for the league, the broadcasts, and everything. I want to thank my son Dylan Shreves for painting my car, my buddy Mike McCoy for watching, my buddy Jeff Spann and his family for watching, all my buddies that watch my races, and everybody else that watches.
Great job there, Randy, and hopefully you can carry some of this momentum into next week.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
All right, with Randy Shreves there, your second place finisher. Now we'll get with Jack Hitt, your third place finisher. Good evening here, Jack. How's it going?
Good. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing well, man. This looked like it was a tough track to try to find that momentum out here tonight.
Yeah, this is it's always a really hard track, especially something like the midgets, where you don't have all that downforce. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just trying to get it around the corners and get it straightened out and try to keep as much momentum as you can. But yeah, it's tricky.
You finished ahead of Blake. You chased him down there in the closing laps. You did a great job getting around him, but when we were talking to Randy, between you and Blake, he gets a little nervous when you two are behind him.
Yeah, there's a lot of good drivers out here, so you really gotta make sure that you're not looking behind us too much, because you just gotta keep doing what you gotta do. I don't know what happened there. I think Blake might have got some damage or something, man. I think he hit the wall or something, and allowed me to get up to him. But yeah, I kind of took myself out early in the race there. Mm, didn't really have a chance to keep up with those guys there at the end. So would have been a lot of fun, but I think I would have had something. I was able to get through the field pretty good, and um, there wasn't a huge gap between Randy and me. So yeah, it was fun though. Good race.
It was definitely a great race, and we'll see how next week goes for you. Hopefully, you can carry some of the momentum, through the season to try to maybe get a third championship, right?
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I don't remember where we were last week, but I think it was somewhere that's also not one of my favorite tracks for midgets. So hopefully we get to some of these smaller tracks and bull rings or something, and we'll start getting the points racked up.
Great job there for that third place finish. You got sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting third?
Gotta thank you for putting on the broadcast, Regal Wrap Designs for doing the sponsorship again this season. Um, gotta thank everybody behind the scenes making the league go around, all the drivers. We got some new ones this season, including your winner here, Trevor. So glad to have him, especially if someone's showing up for the midget races, Uh, yeah, I just gotta thank my wife also for giving me time to do it.
Alrighty, great job there, Jack. And we'll see how next week goes for you. You have yourself a great night.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
So that will be the ending of tonight's race. Great job here by these drivers. Thank you all for tuning in here to Coast Racing Network and Klinger Farm TV, as we do greatly appreciate all the viewership. We will be back at it again tomorrow night here at Coast to Coast Racing League for your racing enjoyment. And then the Klinger Farm TV will be live again Friday night for the SRA. So thank you both for all you do here for the Coast to Coast Racing League. We're going to sign off now. Thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great, great night. Enjoy more racing tomorrow evening.